Hi guys, most welcome back to my channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I love you guys and the people that have been with me since the beginning. This channel keeps growing in a steady form, steady pace. I was just outside and in my neighbor's yard they have a ladder and they have a swing, and both of which are on the tree that's in this neighbor's yard. Not that I'm peeping, but it's just, I kind of happened to notice while I was standing outside. And as I'm standing outside, I kind of allowed myself to listen to the chimes, to kind of ground myself. I just stood there quietly, and I was starting to envision the different reasons of why people will build a ladder. Well, clearly they build a ladder to reach something, whether it be fruit or whether they're building something. And then I thought about the helix, and then I'm like, well, why would somebody create something in the form of a ladder or ladder, okay? And it's to reach something, whether it be the fruit. And then I was thinking about the spine, the spinal column, how we're upright and how it reaches up to the brain. And then I was thinking of the fruit. And before fruit, there's also nuts, which is seed. So any kind of nuts. And a lot of the times when you see the shells and you break it open, it almost looks like a brain, right? Which is holding all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the downloads, everything that's connected to source, because we're all interconnected with Gaia. And I was just trying to understand it in the form of like a visual, and it was really interesting. And then I got the download healthy heart, healthy art, clean heart, clean art. And there were just all these little things coming in. And as I'm standing outside, this other neighbor to the left of me, I was like in a high vibrational frequency. And this other neighbor to the left of me, I got this message internally, just wait, right? And the neighbor, which is unusual for winter, because I don't think anything shovels back there, they open the door, or they opened some window to it, and I don't know if they stepped out or they came out. I wasn't trying to like eavesdrop, but it's just like I almost noticed this energetic presence. It's like they followed me outside, and they happened to go in the same area that I was while I was having this, I guess you could call it an epiphany. I don't know exactly what it was trying to teach me, but the whole idea of a ladder and the helix and the DNA and reaching source, or reaching a form of fruit, or reaching a form of knowledge, wisdom, all that sort of thing. And it was really interesting. And that also too, with the whole representative of the ladder being placed on a tree. I think maybe they put it for their child to climb up into the tree, because there's also a fucking swing there too. And the fact that the Akashic records would be a part of the conscious mind, which is also, again, like a seed, withholding or holding the knowledge of that which our ancestors had, and it passed all the way down. So I thought that was really interesting. We're gonna get right into it. I've got a nice tea here. There was a package that I got a bunch of different teas in, and it was like samples, and I got this one, and it was in Oriental writing. So, but I didn't understand it, but it has a leaf on it, so it's like loose leaf, but I think it's like a form of ginger or something, because when the hot water was poured on it, it kind of like disintegrated, it like melted into the cup. And then I put a couple other things in there too, so I'm trying it. It's not terrible. So yeah, that I found was interesting. This could resonate with you. I do the 13 Zodiacs if you're new here, not the 12. So this is before they dropped a Ficus and changed the 12 or the 13 calendar year into a 12 calendar year. And which is interesting, because I was having a discussion about this too, the whole idea of taking one full month and kind of dispersing the days in that month to the rest of the 12 to try to make it even, when technically it works out that we're actually shorting ourselves. It's weird, because it's not on a true cycle. It's not technically on the true cycle which our ancestors would have recognized. which allows us to connect properly, which allows us to get the messages that we need and grow as a human being, especially when it comes to the healing process. A fiocus is really important. If you're ever unsure of what a fiocus is, it looks like a U and it has like a line through it, squiggly line. So I'm going to start with whoever comes out here, okay? And hopefully your New Year's was great. It's 5 minutes in already. I haven't yet done a live. I don't know how my phone is going to react to that, but I have been kind of convinced to go forward with doing a live. I don't care if people come on or not, or if people interact with me. I'll probably not be interacting with you guys while I'm doing a live for the first time, because of the fact that I'm trying to stay focused on what it is I'm doing. So Pisces, March 12th to April 18th. All right, let's see what we got going for you, Pisces. You may be deciding to move or maybe deciding to relocate. When it comes to ladders, there's something that you are trying to grasp or reach. This could be comprehension. This could be an understanding. You do have Neptune, Solidate. Tuesday's significant. We just had the full moon for the 3rd. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got the Fool in the upright. I got 3 cards here. We got the Fool in the upright. So this would be connection with your inner child. This could be how you perceive yourself to be, or other people perceive you to be. So other people may look at you, even if you're a grown fucking adult, as not as mature as you could be or developed. And this could be circumstantial. This could be people that have kept you in a low vibrational state, or kept you at a certain state where your brain, not that it ages, but that your brain isn't able to make certain connections with certain things so that you can grow and heal from that, move forward. The message that I'm getting is that divine created it to be this way, so that when you fully come into yourself and your authenticity, it is impenetrable. Nobody can sway you. Nobody can manipulate or control you. So once you allow yourself to unlock that part of your brain and allow yourself to do the healing work and the recovery and everything like that, it's going to be like playing fast forward on like a cassette tape. Those of you that don't know what a cassette is, look it up. It's fine. Younger generations may not understand some of the terminology that I use, but that's okay. I'm not that old, but I'm older, okay? 7 of coins in the reverse. So this may be a break in some form of work that you're doing. You could be taking maybe a leave of absence, or maybe you are going through something when it comes to family, or you're changing over jobs. Maybe you are also switching shifts, or something that has to do with your work that other people may not see you fit for a certain position too. That could be a possibility. And only take this as it resonates, okay? Don't try to make it fit, Pisces, but whatever this is, it's like a bit of a stalling energy that I have here. And I don't know if it's stalling in your money, or if it's just stalling in creating or doing some sort of creative work for yourself. Maybe it's for a company or something like that. Now the 2 fish, also I'm seeing 2, the divine showing me the 2 fish are usually swimming in opposite directions. At some point, you're going to have to face your fears, or you're going to have to face whatever this projection is, or whatever this assumption. This doesn't have to be bad, okay? The Fool, it doesn't have to be a bad energy. It is definitely protected. You are protected. The divine protects you as your inner child, regardless of how old you are. If you are still a child, you are protected. Page of coins in the reverse. There was information, or there was a call or a text or an email or something that you wanted to come in, and it didn't really show up for you. Why that is, could be because of your healing process, or whatever you need to go to or go through. And this could also be you not sending information out as well. So this could be you wanting to receive something coming in, or this could be you not putting something forth into motion. I don't know whether that's speaking to an individual or speaking to certain people. There could be 6 people involved if you have to speak to a group. Maybe you're the head leader of something and you're taking a bit of sabbatical, and you're kind of like taking that like a pause moment that if it were to be a cassette. But once you get past whatever it is that is stalling you, it's going to be like fast forward. It's going to be moving really quickly. Okay, can we get a bit of the Page of Coins in the reverse? Go to the book. I don't have my big book. I couldn't go grab it. All right, let's see what we got here. For Pisces, what's the information and what's it pertaining to? Marionette. So people could be using you as like a scapegoat, or they could be using you as like a puppet. I know that sounds harsh, Pisces, but only, like I said, take it as it resonates. If other people are manipulating you and using you, or let's say there's certain things you haven't developed yet, or certain things that you haven't pieced together, it's there. It's right in front of you for you to see. It just means that other people are still trying to pull the strings. And it's funny because I'm listening to handpan and the violin, the whole idea of playing a small violin for somebody's sob story. They could not be taking you seriously and taking the words that you're saying seriously. And that's a bit of a problem if you ask me. So like a puppet moved by strings. If you know the whole story of Pinocchio and everything, wanting to be a real boy, wanting to be acknowledged for being its specific self, its authentic self, or a version of that, wanting to be seen as human, even, I'm picking up. What else we got here? And this is to do with the information. So maybe the feedback that you're getting from certain people is not quite positive, or you haven't gotten it, you haven't gotten to the point where you're voicing your truth and standing in that. What else we got here? Risk. So you could feel that this is a bit of a risk to stand up for yourself or speak certain words, or maybe it's a risk to get certain information coming in at this time. It is divine timing, okay? Things will work out the way they're supposed to work out. You have to be able to trust yourself and the divine. So hazard, peril, jeopardy, to hazard, to dare, or to undertake. The word undertake could be a couple different meanings too. This could also pertain to the underworld. This could be your shadow side as a reflection of that and what it is that you're struggling through. Or this could be somebody daring you to take on something or put out information. I think these two things are separate. When it comes to work and the information, I don't feel that they are connected at this time. This feels like two different situations or scenarios that you're going through. Ultimately, the Fool's at the beginning here, and I am feeling like that is your energy. Can we get a bit more on the Fool energy for Pisces? This could be how you see other people too, quite possibly. Maybe people you're dealing with. Literally, the falling tower hit the ground. I don't know whether to take this in the upright or the reverse because of the way it fell. Normally, I don't read sideways cards like this, but the energy that it's giving me is indecisive. So the divine, depending on whatever your move is, and there was one that came flipped up, but it didn't come out. So this person's hiding. A Knight of Clubs. This could be an individual that doesn't fully see your side of it or another person's side of it. They have no problem taking action, but they want to remain hidden. So maybe their agendas or maybe their motives are hidden, and why it is that they are either relating to you or talking to you or coming towards you. This could be a person coming towards you with hidden motives, because this card was hidden. And then you've got the Fallen Tower, but sideways. So it's yet to be determined. Can we get a little bit more on the Falling Tower? What's to be determined? It almost is giving me this girl here too that I'm seeing, masculine or feminine. It's almost like she's crawling. So the way I'm seeing it is, you know, when you go underground or you're crawling through like a tunnel, And you may not be able to fully see what's in front of you, but you're trusting your physical. You're trusting the physical and maybe not so much the spiritual. So you're trusting what you're touching, what you're feeling in front of you, or maybe even what you can or can't see. You're trusting on the physical. I would advise that if it comes to this tower energy, if you're going to be crawling through a fucking tunnel, I would advise that you take a minute, stop, listen, use your other senses, use your intuition, okay? A lot of the times when it comes to tunnels, this could also be referring to the inner workings of our brain too. There's certain dark parts of it, and there's also certain different ways we can go. It may feel like a difficulty for you. Maybe nobody has shown you how to do this, or nobody has explained to you how to get through certain emotional stance, certain emotional reactions even. Can we get a bit more for the falling tower? Learn more about your family history and or ask more questions and research. Now, I don't know if you have the time to do this, but if you do have the time and you're taking a moment for yourself and you're taking a break from work or something, you do have the time to do this. You can do the research. So learn more about your family history or ask more questions and research. If you are interested in doing one of those ancestry things, I understand there is some rumors about it, people having access to your DNA and your lineage and stuff like that. But if you trust the divine and you trust to do something for good intentions, let's say learning more about your family history, then definitely go ahead and do that. I do not get paid by Ancestry. This is just for you guys to be aware. This is not like a promotional thing for them, but I did use it. And I am very happy with the results, and I'm learning so much, and I've met quite a bit of family all over the world so far. So it may feel odd when you get attention from others that you did not ask for, good or bad, okay? Your magnetism is lit at the moment. So you may be attracting certain different people coming into your space, your energy. This could be people with good intention or people with not so good intention, but ultimately reflects on how you are thinking at the time, how you're vibrating. So you are attracting all sorts of different people, very colorful people. Be classy and enjoy you. So instead of putting on a mask or fronting for certain people, just be your genuine self, okay? Be authentic. The different people that you meet, they may be wanting to give you attention. They may even be giving you compliments or something. Be calm and don't let it go too much to your head. There's other people with poor intention. Maybe they want to project certain things onto you. Still, be calm regardless of whether it's good or not. And you have to kind of stay balanced there. Take yourself out on a date, Pisces, or spoil yourself in a good way. Love you, please do. And this is on the yellow card, okay? Solar energy, solar plexus, your inner child. Do something fun for you that you really enjoy doing. That's that two fish energy too. At some point, you're going to have to come together. Your higher and your lower self. You're going to have to face certain things. And that includes reintegrating your inner child and accepting certain parts that were maybe looked as foolish, looked down upon as... you know, not mature, something like that. I'm not saying go and do something stupid, but when you interact with your inner child, like jumping in a puddle or splashing or picking up a snowball and whipping it at a fucking tree or something like that. When you do certain things to interact with your inner child, you're acknowledging they still are in there. You're paying attention to them. And what does a child love more than attention? Especially when it comes from you, not necessarily outside of you. Temptation. This is a good one, Pisces. So you're bouncing back and forth right now. You're going to have to be balanced. Temptation will be a clear sign for you to see who is tapping into your energy. So a lot of the times, if you're not familiar with this, please listen to what I'm saying. A lot of times when other people are tapped into our energy, or even if we subconsciously are not aware that we're tapping into another person's energy, we may be doing things that are out of character, or being craving certain things that are out of character, or being tempted to do certain things or say certain things, almost like our vessels being controlled by a different entry level. Okay, you might be beginning or new at this, but you you will be noticing that it's not you. At a split moment, you will think, this is unusual. I don't usually do this. Maybe you go along with it, maybe you don't. But it is a clear sign for you to see who is tapping into your energy and or who you are currently connected to. All right? So take a moment just to think about that for a second. Let's see, what else we got here? Current energy. What's the cycle? Past life energy. Or the cycle that is currently placed on Pisces right now. Scribe or writer. So you could be encouraged right now to do what your ancestors did and write things down. If you are somebody with talent, then write a book, write some lyrics. If you've never written lyrics before, sit down with yourself and kind of hum your own words and then start making up lyrics to a song, your own song. Create something. Be creative, okay? Get into that element. If you are an automatic writer, then do the divination, all right? Take your time with good intention. You can light a candle, whatever you need to do, and maybe there's a way of connecting with certain people or certain energies that want to help you and give you advice. So that would be going into like a deep sense of meditation, having a tea, or just after a bath and sitting down and writing. Doesn't matter what it is, just try it. Okay? And this is a cycle too. This is a gift as well that's passed down to you from your ancestors. The interesting thing about a flame, it's almost like a rainbow. So it has a lot to do with your chakras as well. Maybe that's what you need to activate. Transmute that negative energy into positive energy, and it can be very beneficial for you. I still want a little bit more on this page of coins in the reverse. What's this information? Knew it was a risk. Did it anyway. Pity. Sympathy or compassion, a ground of pity, a thing to be regretted. To feel pain or grief for, to sympathize with, to be compassionate. So you're being asked to utilize all of what makes you a fucking human when it comes to interacting with other people or yourself. That includes compassion, compassion with yourself and other people. Other people may be pitying you at this time, or maybe they may, that fool energy, see you as naive. Or maybe you feel yourself at this time to be a little naive because you're not fully aware with what everything is going on. You're just like, you could be starting and embarking on a new journey or a continued journey. Let's say you put it on pause for a while back. There's going to be a couple things to get through. What's this 7 of coins in the reverse? The work in the reverse. Working on projects. What's this work in the reverse? Deposition, act of depositing and or deposing, attested written testimony. Interesting. We were just talking about writing. Declaration, act of dethroning a king or degrading an official. You may have to speak certain things about what you've witnessed, Pisces. If you've seen some shit go down back in the day and you're supposed to write your testimony, or for the divine universe, acknowledge by going within and tracing it all and connecting all the dots, you have to put your testimony in. That's a part of your journey too. You have to stand up for yourself, hun, or guy or girl, whoever I'm talking to, Pisces. This is definitely for you. You have to be able to give your testimony too. You got to be able to speak up for yourself. The divine can only do so much, but you need to use your voice. Activate that throat chakra. That was given to you. If you can use your voice, please do so. What else we got here? What's this falling tower? What's the tower moment for Pisces? Ace of Cups in the reverse, and it fell over top of the Fool. All right, so that which you hold dear, that which you really loved and enjoyed, that which brought you happiness, that which allowed you to interact with your inner child was your Ace of Cups, but it's in the reverse. So you may be looking at it as like a negative instead of a positive. And other people could have ingrained this in your fucking brain and made you believe that you are a certain way and that you can't express yourself because this person's even got a fucking puppet on their hand. So they have been pulling the strings, maybe manipulating your emotions, manipulating your consciousness because of the fact that they are portraying onto you that which they cannot do for themselves. So if you were creative human being, and you have so many gifts, talents, and abilities, and you were always able to express yourself, and you were very alluring and attractive, and there were so many qualities of you. You could be a starseed too. They may have been either jealous of this or wanted to stop or block you from moving forward. And this could be even in your own journey here. Okay? But you have to be able to speak up for yourself. The Page of Coins in the reverse, but we've got Scriber Writer. So this is a cycle. Maybe your ancestors, your past loved ones. This could be close, people that recently passed, or this could be ancestors all the way down your bloodline. They came up against the same fucking problem you're going through. I don't think you're the only one that is experiencing this right now, but maybe they didn't voice or speak up or write a testimony or say or speak their truth. And they're trying to encourage you to do it. Island Time Wellness cards for those single or those in a relationship. This came over the Knight of Clubs. If you're worried about somebody else coming in, this could be like a partner or something. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, and hesitation. So we got a little bit of mixed information or mixed signals. This could be from this Knight of Clubs that's supposed to come in. Now, whether or not they're coming in with a hidden agenda or they're coming in with good intention, about to find out right now. What's this Knight of Clubs? Cupid's arrow. This doesn't have to be a love interest necessarily, but it could be a surprise invitation. You could be invited out. The Chariot in the reverse. So this is a Cancerian. Not necessarily with good intentions. This is holding back too. The whole energy of holding horses. That movement. But we've also got strength, energy, and runes with the 5 in the reverse. So typically it would be 2 after 5, which is 7, but this is 2 before 5, which is interesting because then that would be 3. There may be 3 people involved, 6 people you have to talk to, 3 people involved specifically, 1 person that's going to approach you, maybe invite you out. This could be relating to a Cancerian. Chariot energy. This could be somebody that, well, the Chariot in the upright, that would be somebody that could be part of, like, I don't want to say cult. Part of, like, militia? That's weird, that word's coming up. Or just somebody that usually typically leads people, but it's in the reverse. Maybe this is like somebody in high standing or somebody with a high status or something like that. But they're in the reverse. Okay? What else can we get here? The more you truly love yourself, the less the truth hurts. Because understanding is the cure for chaos. Okay? Remember that, Pisces. And then you are strong. Believe that. I don't know how many of you out there right now are suffering with this, Pisces. That could be the whole idea of imposter syndrome. You know how good you are, but then you've shrunk yourself so small that even to make the move or gesture to be greater than is almost like it's almost like a suppressing energy. You got to get past that. Your smile makes me smile. Okay? Somebody is thinking of you. Somebody does care about you. And just because others may want to see you fail, and this came out over the Tower. Just because others may want to see you fail does not mean you should ever want that or believe that for you. Exclamation mark. Don't ever do that to yourself. That's not fair. Anybody that convinces you that it's fair and just is the delusional one, not you. Okay? What else we got? Ace of Cups in the reverse. What's this Ace of Cups in the reverse? Ooh, that came out right over top of it. Nice. Page of Clubs. So there may be other people that are like stalking, watching your every move, or maybe people that are spying on you and keeping close tabs. This person's got like a jacket that is a part of their outfit, but they're not wearing it. So this could be like a coat of arms. This could have to do with family ties. This also is somebody that is younger, all right? And maybe their way they approach certain things. This could be this Knight of Cups, Knight of Clubs energy. The way they approach something, maybe from a youthful standpoint, or this is somebody younger. This could be a son or daughter of yours. But this is giving me like a waiting energy too. Maybe waiting to see what your reaction is going to be. So if somebody's watching you and they're up high, they may or may not, and I say that because it's not giving me specific, they may or may not have good intentions with the way they approach you or the way that they are watching you. Because if somebody's waiting for you to react to something, if you don't react, then what do they have to go off of? If you stay calm and collected and you're doing what you need to do for yourself and you're focusing on yourself, they have nothing to use against you. I'm not saying that's the case. Take what resonates. All right. Okay, we're going to get a couple runes here. These are the Elder Frithark. I don't have mine with me right now. Let's see what we got. Threza. Okay, you can look them up on your own. Ophalon. Oh, what was that? Laguz. Nice, I'm getting better at this. And then we have the moon energy. This one's not inscribed. So the first new moon or a moon cycle from now, this could be the full moon we just had. Something's going to be brought to the light. Use your discernment for what comes in, especially if you get an invitation to something. Chariot in the reverse. Maybe it's a function. Remember to love you. Please do. Okay.